Before we start, if you will disagree with something in video, please watch video till the end so you will get my whole point of view on Hyperchrome system. Jailbreak Hyperchromes are here for over 2 years. Since day one, we had this question in our mind. What are the chances to get them? The only response at the beginning was the chances are below 1%. We also didn't know how PT system works. We only knew it does exist. Hyperchromes were a huge mystery, just roles and being one of, seeing stack of 2, seeing stack of 3 or even 4 Hyperchromes in role. We didn't know anything about these roles. In next update we got saves, with the note that they are using the same system as Hyperchromes. We got luck chances there, but still it didn't give any information for Hyperchromes. Moving on. Together with CEO robbery, we got PT counters. And yeah, if you still think this is your luck chance, forget about it. It's progress to hit PT. It shows about 10%, and when you rob this robbery more, this percent will rise. So how does it work? Well, game records how many robberies you did, then divides it by PT value. And that's how percent work. Just multiply this by 100% and this will be your percent on screen. Of course, the percent is rounded to 1 decimal. Means if you have 10.3%, you can either have 10.25% or 10.34%. But okay, with these PT counters we finally can find the PT values. And to do it precisely, I robbed robberies hundreds of times and noted every progress. Like that, I found the arithmetic average of progress, or just very close value to it. Then everything I had to do is just divide 100 by this arithmetic average. And I got the PT values for all levels. Like that, some part of Hyperchrome's mystery got solved. We also got some information about how PT is counted. It counts how many specific robberies you did since you got your last Hyperchrome from this robbery, or if you didn't get any, just counts from 0 when you started playing or when Hyperchrome update came out. When you get Hyperchrome, the PT counter resets, it goes back to 0. But when you trade it, counter will stay and will update to next PT value. It also goes with mention. Mention has double chances of to get Hyperchrome, but the PT is the same. When you get Hyperchrome in mention, PT on normal robbery will stay. And if you get Hyperchrome from normal robbery, the mention on one will stay. We also know that smaller servers and VIP ones have smaller PT progress. Progress there is 1.5 times smaller. But still, it doesn't define if those servers are worse, because the progress transfers. I mean, you have counter. In this equation, the only thing which changes between server size is just PT value. Means you have to do the same number of robberies to get 66.6% on VIP or small server as 99.9% on big server. So you can just grind on small server to 66.6%, then switch to bigger server, and next robbery will have 100% until you will get Hyperchrome. So okay, now we know everything about PT system. Of course you can get Hyperchrome on any percent, but 100% just grants you the Hyperchrome. But what are the values? Now you can see them on the screen. Those are the closest to reality, but they might become miscalculated by 10 robberies. Now, what are the chances to get Hyperchrome? Well, during time I calculated PT values, I wasn't able to find luck chance. You could try doing it like calculating how many Hyperchromes are in roll, etc. But this would work if we would see how many rectangles are in roll. We just see part of it. That's why you don't see the same number of Hyperchromes every time. So this wasn't and isn't the way to find odds for Hyperchromes. But then they added PT counters to saves, which also starts from 0. We got the info that first robbery would always show the 0% to guaranteed Hyperchrome. But why this update with save PTs is so important? Well, as I said at the beginning, saves are using the same system as Hyperchromes. And here we know both luck and PT values. I decided to check if there is any repetition about PT and luck. I thought that PTs are different if luck chance is different. So we know one thing already. The luck percent on each Hyperchrome level is lower the higher level you get. And we can say that if PT for level 1 is around 6 times lower than level 5 one, the chance to get level 5 from luck is 6 times lower than level 1. But still, what are the odds? I took the closer look on PT counters. If they change by same pattern, I decided to check that. So in tier 1 and 2 saves we have 5% to get the best reward, and PT rises 4% by every save. In tier 3 and 5 saves we have 3% to get the best reward, and PT counters in tier 3 is going 2.3, 2.4%, and in tier 5 it always goes 2.4%. Okay, so it means percent in tier 3 is rounded. Now tier 4. We have 4% to get the legendary item here, and PT progress is 3.2% by save. Now it's time to find the dependencies between PT and luck. So, lag goes 1 percentage point down, PT goes only 0.8 percentage point down. Again, 1 percentage point lag down, PT 0.8 percentage point down. So PT progress is lag percent multiplied by 0.8. And okay, if saves are using the same system as Hyperchromes, that should mean that PT progress for level divided by 0.8 should give us a lag chance. And stop! I can't be sure that it's done in that way, but I can imagine that CritSticks or BadCC just copied the equation from Hyperchromes where PT was ever since to saves, where PT got added later. But this could be done in another way. I am just using the logic thinking that coders were too lazy to change it. And by that, let's finally find the Hyperchrome odds! Level 1 progress is 0.446% per robbery, let's divide it by 0.8. And we get 0.5565%. Let's round it to 2 decimals, so lag percent for level 1 is 0.56%. Now level 2. Progress here is 0.215% per robbery, so let's do the same equation and get the lag percent. Here it's 0.27%. Moving on to level 3. PD progress for level 3 is 0.132%. We divide it by 0.8 and get 0.17% after rounding. Level 4 has 0.115% progress, again we do the same thing. And we get that chance is around 0.14%. And level 5. Progress is 0.075%, we divide it by 0.8 and get 0.09% chance. Now let's go back to notes. Level 5 chance should be around 6 times lower than level 1. Let's divide 0.56 by 0.09 and we get something near 6. But wait! What about smaller servers and mention? Well, I intentionally mentioned both, because we have something weird here. Banger has double chance of getting Hyperchrome, but PT is the same. Is there a chance that they just wanted to boost our lag to maximum 1.12% of getting Hyperchrome, but they decided that maximum number of robberies will be the same? Could be. And now VIP and smaller servers. Well, we got this tweet from Jailbreak tester that chances are lower. Also, Asimo said that full public servers makes Hyperchromes a bit easier. We got PT progresses for VIP and small public servers. They are 1.5 times lower. Means the lag percent for level 1 on VIP or smaller server is not 0.56% but 0.37%. And so on. Lag chances for each level on VIP or small server are 1.5 times lower. But does it work in that way? I can say I can't believe that. When you go to small server, I feel I see less Hyperchromes in roles, so logically we should have smaller chances there. But then I think why mention works like that? Will we ever know? I guess not. But yeah, now I guess we know everything about Hyperchromes. Or it's the only logic thing we can deduce. I asked Asimo about this. If he ever responds, I will let you know in pinned comment. Anyways, thanks for watching and subscribe for more.